Hi, I'm Rachel Lynn, and today I'm going to tell you why I live at home with my parents. If you don't already know, I'm on a journey to get out of my student loan debt and lose some weight along the way. If either of those things interest you, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below and join me on this journey. Yep, that's right. I'm in my 30s and I live at home with my parents. It's not the most ideal situation, but when all is said and done, I'm happy to be here. I'd like to tell you how I ended up here, why I'm still here, and how long I plan to be here. So a little over 2 years ago, I was living and working in northern Kentucky. This is basically like a suburb of Cincinnati. It's just across the Ohio River in Kentucky. I had been there for about 3 years teaching kindergarten. I knew that I would always eventually move home, and after adopting my dog Lucy, I knew that I had to move home sooner rather than later. She needed a yard, and my apartment just wasn't cutting it. I mean, they were cutting the grass. It's just like a second floor apartment was not working for a dog. I was also kind of afraid of getting too attached to the area and never wanting to leave if I stayed too much longer. The timing was just right for me to come home when I did. I was also struggling a bit financially and thought that moving home could save me quite a bit of money, help me pay off my credit cards, and then I would be able to live back on my own again, but in my hometown, near my family, and not have to travel so much just to visit with family. So I decided to move home, pay off my credit cards, save for a down payment on a house, and I figured that this would take me maybe about a year to 2 years to accomplish. Now I'm here at home. I've been here about 2 years. I pay rent. It's about $200 a month. I'm also required by my parents to have a job and to contribute to the household, like chores and different things like that. Included in my rent is all of my utilities: gas, electric, garbage, water, even cable. Now, I don't watch a lot of TV other than the time that I spend with my parents, and I don't have a cable hooked up into my bedroom, but it is an option for me if I want it. Food is also included in my rent, although if there's something that I want for myself and don't want to share, that is something I have to purchase on my own. Other than that, everything is included. It sounds like a great deal, right? It is. I'm saving over $1,000 a month compared to when I was living on my own, and I'm saving on gas money as well because I don't have to drive a couple of hours just to visit with my family, or even to work at Churchill Downs, which is one of my side hustles. But it also comes with its downsides. I have much less privacy living with 3 adults. Did I mention that my brother lives at home with us too? Things aren't quite as neat and clean as I would like them to be. I'm cramped for space in my bedroom. I can't leave things out for fear of someone else using it or it getting mixed up with someone else's belongings. Most of my things are being stored in the basement or the garage, and I'm actually going through the process of selling a lot of it because right now I'm not using it. But I digress. I've been here about 2 years and I'm not really that much closer to moving out than when I moved in. Here's why. About 6 months after I moved in, I paid off all my credit cards, thanks to actually winning $10,000, and I was well on my way to saving up for a down payment on a house. However, that's when I discovered that my student loans were in default, and I had realized that I had been ignoring them for years. I had to do something before my wages were garnished. My taxes were garnished, so they were pretty close to getting my wages too. I went into default rehabilitation, and that took about a year to completely come out of and get back on track with paying off my student loans. But I still had over $50,000 left to pay all my student loans, and that doesn't even count the undergrad loans that my parents are paying as they promised when I entered college. So for now, I'm staying at home until my graduate loans are paid off. I have a fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, and I have saved up for a down payment on a house. Unless I decide to rent an apartment for a while and I can get out a little bit sooner, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm also staying at home for my mom. My mom is very sick. She needs a liver and kidney transplant. A little over a year after I moved in, my mom got much worse. She'd been sick for a while, but she was hanging on, she was doing fine, and then she got much worse. She is still in the process of being approved to get onto a couple of different transplant lists, and we're hoping that she is put on those lists very soon. But right now, she needs help. My mom is weak and unbalanced and falls easily, so she can't be left alone for very long. She can't drive, so she needs help getting places. And once she actually has a transplant, she's going to need constant care for months. It's a lot for one person. But between my dad, my brother, me, and even some family and friends that we have in the area, we know that we can help her with anything that she needs. So while I moved home to get out of debt, and it's taking me a lot longer than I thought that it would, I'm happy to be home right now. I'm happy to help my family. I'm happy and so thankful to be with them and to have this time with them that I can never get back. I don't know how long any of us have on this earth, and my family is precious. So I consider this time together precious. I'm grateful to my family that they're able to help me out so much financially by just letting me be here. But I'm also thankful that I'm able to give back to them to be here for the things that they need. I don't really know how long I'm going to be living here. If I do the math, financially it comes out to about 2 to 4 more years, depending on how long it takes me to pay off my student loan debt and to save up my emergency fund, and whether or not I move out to an apartment, which would be sooner, or if I wait to save up for a house, which would take a little bit longer. But when things seem uncertain from day to day, like they do with my mom, looking that far into the future is even more uncertain for me. Regardless of the money that I save and how long that takes, I will be here as long as my family needs me. So that is why I'm living at home. Have you ever had to move home with your parents after being out on your own? If so, leave me a comment down below and let me know about it. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you are not already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.